Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to our new show.
Yeah, wow. I was retweeting the fact that we were live on my account, so that was fun. I was totally prepared for this.
We're doing super great. Hey, all. Welcome.
Oh my God, Eric, you are not late.
Welcome to the new show that we're doing. We're calling it Your Local Comic Show. Partly because we'll talk about what's happening with the Eggs and Bacon in a little bit, but we wanted to replicate the comic store experience for a wider range of folks. A lot of people can't come in right now, and a lot of people are very far away. And so we were thinking to ourselves, hey, how do we replicate the comic store experience? That's what this show is going to be about. And with that in mind, I'm saying hello.
Hi. What are we doing?
We're saying hello to people. You were very excited.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I'm super excited. Our friend from America, Brandy, is watching. So hi, Brandy.
Yay.
So cool. Yes, what is it? The other fake Andrew? What are we calling
the second false Andrew?
The second false Andrew, yes. Good gentleman. And Sean says that picture in the opening was cute. Thank you.
Yay!
That was taken by our friend Olaf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when we needed some professional pictures for the store because we really don't have them.
Yeah, it was a request by the people who put together a website. They're like, "Do you have a lot of good pictures of your store?" And we're like, "Ha, that's a funny joke that you said."
Pictures of us? You must be joking.
All right, on this week's show, we're going to be talking about the second week of DC's Future State Comics. We're going to be talking about the first 3 issues of Eniac from Bad Idea and how you can get copies of it. And of course, we're talking about new graphic novels and comics. And then we're going to tell you what we're doing with our streaming shows, including what's happening with this show, what's happening on Fridays, and what's happening on Mondays, and what's happening on Thursdays. Anyways, we're going to be streaming 4 days a week, not necessarily live, and not necessarily every week.
Yes, because that's a lot.
Yeah. But it's been such an awesome thing to reach out with all of you. And yep.
Andrew says that's a lot of stuff happening all the time, and he is right.
Mm-hmm. And Eric says, wait, this is on Twitch? Hook me up. Twitch.tv/Variant Edmonton. You can talk with the second false Andrew there. Because he hangs out there, and sometimes he flips over to Facebook if he's getting bored, talking alone in that room. Andrew, I will say, talking alone in that room is better than when the racists showed up. I'll get over that eventually.
That was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not here now, and we're good. We're good. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh my gosh. How is everyone's week going?
I hope it's good.
Yeah.
Y'all can feel free to tell us in the comment section. But to start off, we should probably start talking about what we promised to start talking about.
I mean, okay.
What are we gonna do first?
We've got chyrons for everything.
Should
I wait for the chyrons?
Let's hit up the future state.
Okay. All right. Let's do this. All right. Sorry, I put them in the middle like a silly person.
That makes sense, though.
They're in no particular order, so nope, not even alphabetical. I can't say they're in an order. So first up, In no particular order.
Oh, did we leave your notes? I'm going to grab your notes.
Oh, okay, yes. Actually,
I've got my notes.
Yeah, that's so rare that you didn't bring my notes that I wrote. Thank you. See, I'm old school. I got paper.
Andrew's having fun.
Now I'm over here. Andrew, get back over to there. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Thumbs are having fun.
Well, that's good. All right. Let's talk about Green Lantern.
Bam! Folks, if you like some Green Lantern, it's got every flavor of Green Lantern here for you, except in the future. The creative team that's taken over this book, Green Lantern in general, is actually writing the main feature. So there's stuff happening in here that's going to affect Green Lantern in the future.
And the backup matter, or did you want?
Yeah,
backup matter is Jessica Cruz has been left alone on a spaceship for reasons you'll find out in the story, and it's been about a year, and she's been alone. So I personally like the backup better, but that's because I like smaller stories, more personal stories.
And
so you get both, really.
Exactly. And the early story has something to do with them being the last Lanterns. So you do get a lot of your classic characters sort of like at the end of their lifetimes-ish, and going through that stuff. So I could see why I would get more out of this first one, and you get more out of the second one, because they're referencing some newer characters without like all of the baggage and whatnot.
Yeah.
All right, what are we seeing here?
All right.
Feel like this is already in my file. Could be. We didn't cross-reference Grant Morrison Green Lantern because it felt like half of those folks are Grant Morrison people. So Eric, if you do want the new Green Lantern book, please sort of give us the thumbs up, and we can make sure that happens. No problem.
Yeah. I like, can we do Andrew's elevator pitch? Because I really like it.
Ever wonder what Nort would be like if he was a bit more Rambo-like? Yeah, Future State Green Lantern is the book for you. Putting it out to the people, please keep in mind that you will only be able to type this and not actually say it. Gnort or Nort?
I don't know.
That's tough to say. Please only type it as it's spelled, and do not actually make an attempt to do a pronunciation, because that's funnier.
I feel like because it's got the apostrophe between the G and N, you pronounce the G. If it was together, it would be like new. It would have a N sound. And
Brandy, I know you folks took the brave step. You and some other retailer friends of ours took the brave step of not screwing around with DC while they're kind of making things a bit more tumultuous in the comic sphere. Super brave, and I hope it's working out for you folks.
Yeah. All right. Next up. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no worries. Andrew says the backups are the highlight of the future state Green Lantern book.
Yeah. There's actually quite a few. I like the backups more, but that's not low quality of the front stories. It's really just like, it's usually quite a nice different story, so you'll get a different personal taste, which is pretty rad. And I definitely did not put away that piece of paper, so I'm going to go max proof the foyer.
There's cats happening.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to talk about the new Teen Titans book. I really, really enjoyed this. The writer is also taking over Teen Titans Academy after this. This one deals with the Titans in the future, where you find out a lot of weird stuff has happened, including I know you have a little bit of a note about two characters that smooshed.
Definitely hit the table. Sorry.
Bump.
Yes, there is an almost smooch, I will say, but it could happen.
Yep. One of the biggest part that happens in here is the last page. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but there's hints of it on this cover with Dick Grayson with the Deathstroke mask. Some stuff has gone down, folks. And if you're into any part of Teen Titans, ranging from Teen Titans Go all the way through the various cartoons and now, holy heck, this is going to be grand.
All right. I love it. Oh, that's cool. Sorry, I'm just catching up with. Oh, no.
Andrew, you didn't know. It's all good.
You didn't. It's okay. Okay, next up is Superman, Wonder Woman, which is pretty self-explanatory. Who's in this comic? Well, Superman and Wonder Woman.
I've discovered that all of my favorite Future State books have Yara Flor in them.
She's so great.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, she beats up a politician for not taking care of his people. It's very on point. Superman is, as usual, like very Clarky, but not Clark, obviously. But you know, he's super. He's a good boy.
He learned at his father's feet.
Yeah.
At his father's foot. Superman's lost a foot. I don't know.
Anyway, no, it's really, really good. They do some battle. There is a sun god.
For those of you who are into some Grant Morrison Justice League stuff, that Tyrant Sun is back.
Oh, okay, that's where it's from. It's pretty rad, I gotta say. There's also there's the sun god and the moon god, and they both have horses, and both of their horses are very cool.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, nope, that's this one where.
Yes, he does. This is the book where he starts everyday skywriting Good Morning Metropolis. It's very sweet because he has to remind everybody that they're okay and he's looking out for them.
Exactly. And we should note that this one is written by Dan Waters with art from Leila DeLuca. Dan Waters, you might know from, man, my brain just stopped. Coffin Bound.
Oh, heck, yes.
And one of your favorites, that's number 2 issue, is later in this pile.
We'll find out.
There it is.
Yeah, spoilers. It's Homesick Pilots. I love it so much. We're going to talk about issue 2 today. It's so good.
I was going to say not Hellblazer, but in the Sandman line, he was doing a bunch of dams.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Justice League had the almost smooch. It wasn't Teen Titans.
Ooh. Well, I mean, Justice League should have the almost smooches when we're talking about. Well, I don't like my grown-ass adults Justice League to have smooching, even though this is the future and they're grown-ass adults. I'm just like, but they new characters. They need to kiss on each other a little bit.
So I will tell you, yes, there's an almost smooch. There is queer representation. There is
the Green Lantern from Far Sector.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm so behind on Far Sector. I loved that comic. It's still really good. I'm just immediately behind.
Exactly. And again, Laura Fleur is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All of the new characters, newish characters here. The way that they interact with each other as the Justice League feels very hopeful. Mm-hmm. And it's another thing that I've been finding as a theme for a lot of these Future State comics. If y'all like yourself some Grant Morrison.
Oh, geez. And hope?
There's references everywhere.
I love it. I don't want to spoil too much, but basically it starts out and then there's already a team of evil villains after them because they're Justice League, right? So, and then it just takes this weird turn and then you're like, what am I reading? It's so great. So It's also really great.
Also, we have the Justice League Dark.
Yes.
As the co-feature in this one, still by Ram V. And he will be continuing as a co-feature in Justice League going forward in March in the Bendis penned David Marquez drawn book.
Cool. Yeah. We have Zatanna, we have John Constantine kind of banding together. Detective Chimp.
Yeah, that's him.
Detective Chimp is there. Magic is basically going away, and they have to check in on it. It's kind of like the magistrate is cracking down on magic as well.
What a bunch of jerks.
Yeah, they sound like jerks. Magic's great.
It feels like a police state is bad. I don't know where we get that idea from, though. Maybe lived experience. I don't know.
Maybe.
So weird.
Ooh, which one do you want to do? There's 3 left this week for a future state. Oh, I know it's so hard. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna take one.
Do it.
I'm gonna take one. Guess what's
I'll sandwich
next?
this one in between.
Kara. I always forget that. Kara Zor-El, Superwoman. So, first off, we have one of my favorite artists, Paulina Ganusow, on the cover. So you don't need to remember artist names. That's just for me. But it's very, very pretty. Inside is Marguerite Sauvage art.
Oh my goodness.
Just, gorgeous. So it's luscious, it's pastel, it's very feminine.
It definitely has sort of like a wild 70s Barbarella feel to it.
Soft Barbarella.
Yeah.
So Marguerite Bennett writes it, and basically Superwoman is taking care of this kind of planet full of kind of like orphaned people or refugees, and another refugee comes along, but she's like this shapeshifter teenager from somewhere. So you don't really get a lot. You just know that there are people looking for her as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that looks like that's what's gonna happen.
Yep. Heading into Gotham City. To start out with, we've got Robin Eternal. For folks who have been into sort of the more Tim Drake era stuff, kind of 90s era where there's spoiler and folks. There's some folks past there too, but this is sort of the area that they're kind of playing off of and growing from. You get more of the magistrate stuff, you get more of the fights, and there's a lot happening, and very, very excited to see where Tim's going, especially because Tim becomes a bit of a cranky boy.
Just a bit.
Yeah, but that's sort of his role. Dick is always the more like, hey, things are going to be great. Look at my sweet ass. And Tim's like, I'm analytical and I get sad, which is what he was always doing.
Yeah.
Just in case that the messages aren't going across, I've been putting up Andrews and Brandy's just in case they miss them and they can see them.
Oh, that's awesome. That's very nice of you.
Jason is a cranky boy. I would say Tim is a sad boy. Jason's a cranky boy.
Mm-hmm.
And Dick is a happy boy.
Yeah.
And then Damien's an angry boy.
Oh, Damien's very angry.
Yeah.
I think we definitely learned a lot more. If anyone remembers the small event that happened a few years ago, We Are Robin. They had all the Robins.
Oh, that was a good one.
That's when you're like, oh, y'all have so many daddy issues. But that's why you're a Robin.
Yep. And probably one of our absolute favorites from this week.
The ultimate daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Nice segue, right?
Everybody, if you're wondering what Bad Daddy's up to, that's what we're going to call him now.
Oh, he's definitely Bad Daddy.
Bad Daddy. Yeah, when Batman comes back, we're just going to call it Bad Daddy 106. Is that happening? It's going to happen?
It's going to happen.
Sweet.
For show, we can do whatever we want.
Exactly. The next Batman is over in the next Batman. This is talking about where Bruce Wayne is, apparently dead. I say that because that's not a spoiler.
No. The whole plot is that he has faked his death. More
or less, yeah. There's a bit of hows and whys to it. That's where the spoilers sort of come in.
Mm-hmm.
And the writing and art here is magnificent. You've got the writing from Mariko Tamaki. Mm-hmm. You've got the art from Dan Mora. They're taking over the detective series, which is extremely exciting. And what I do wonder what that means for Once in the Future.
Yeah.
But, you know, 3 arcs might be just wrapping up.
That's true. Kieran does love his 12 issues.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, well, that's all for Future State. Now moving back to the others.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Eniac and the bad idea process of getting to our books after we're done with this week's stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So just keeping an eye on that one. I'll take this banner down. Do take the banner down. Singing because it's taking too long. Oh, yeah. Alrighty.
Thank you. Perfect.
Neil, for Dark Detective, do you want the whole series? Again, like Batman, it's going to be 4 issues that we're going to have to ding you for all of January, February.
Mm-hmm.
So just let us know.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
All right, let's do this. So the latest from A Wave Blue World is the 27 run Crush. Now, the cool thing about A Wave Blue World is they're one of the companies that is doing a single issue, and then a couple months later they do the graphic novel. So you get like a nice taster of this one. So we've got basically monsters have taken over the planet, and after they basically kill each other and kind of, you know, survival of the fittest, there are 27 left. So we got to figure out the last 27. So there's a sweet giant mech suit. There is a telepathic dog, which is pretty cool. I don't know why he's there, but I don't care because it's rad. And this awesome lady. And then we get to see them. We get to see a giant mech battle like dozens of, because obviously they've had like little monster babies, dozens, if not hundreds, of just like some random alien monster.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like
Smashy smash.
It's good smashy smash.
Yeah. Eric says, okay, I get it. Future State seems to be an all-in type event. So did Endless Winter, but hey, it's a pandemic, so making extra cash is real rough. I will say Endless Winter, definitely. You need all of them type of thing. Future State, not at all. They read very, very modular, but and especially like the Batman books take place during one era, but like Immortal Wonder Woman takes place way, way, way at the end of all of history. There's different parts of the timeline. So it's giving you a glimpse into the future if the creative team is taking over, or in the case of James Tynion, who would be continuing with Batman stuff, he's going to be picking up on threads about this kind of darker future, and we're going to see if some of the worst stuff can be prevented, or depending on the writer, like, are we doomed to go along this path, or our choices that we make are going to be able to change it? It kind of depends on what they're doing.
Yeah. No, good answer. Good answer.
The Andrews are having a fight again.
About penguins?
About penguins.
Okay. I'm sure guys just go have fun talking about penguins. I'm okay with that.
One True Andrews, 4 penguins. Second false Andrew is apparently distrustful of penguins. He doesn't trust them.
Is it because they always look like they're wearing tuxedos? Maybe you can't trust people in tuxedos?
Spies wear tuxedos. I can see the logic in this.
Spy penguins.
Spy penguins.
I mean, we also have Madagascar. Okay, so the penguins are the enemy.
Oh yeah, I forgot I saw Madagascar.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's far off look in my eyes.
All right. Next up.
Yeah. Serial is a new book from Terry Moore. It does pull a little bit from Rachel Rising. I would actually suggest that you don't need to know what happened in Rachel Rising, but there's some ties there. It's basically about a young murder lass.
Yes. You basically, yeah, it's kind of, if you've ever seen, Well, I haven't seen Promising Young Women yet, but I think it's kind of like that. I definitely want to see it. And I can't remember the one with the... Anyway.
The one with the things.
The one with the thing and the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
The one girl, yeah. All right. Sorry. So next up is AWA Studios.
It's a man's world.
And it wouldn't be nothing without cats. So, wait, there we go.
We gotta move some refrigerators.
God.
It's a man's world. Those are the same song, right?
Yep, sure.
Okay.
All right, I'm just going to stick to the one because we've got the variant, and I'm doing this very poorly because I can't really see me. It's bad. So A Man's World is literally about this guy, something man, and they named it Man's World. And what happened is that it wasn't, you learn all this on the first page, so I'm not spoiling anything. It wasn't kind of good enough to like drill stuff from or like really just pillage the planet. So yay. But what happened is that now it's like an adventure planet. So you can go and you like hunt the native animals, which is, don't do that.
Yeah, I feel like I feel it's going to be fine.
Yeah. So a group of men go to Man's World and things end up really great for them because they know how to behave in social situations.
Yeah, if I've learned anything from, I don't know, like say, James Cameron's Avatar, maybe Fern Gully. No, Fern Gully doesn't really quite have that.
No.
But those are the same movie.
Avatar and Fern Gully, yes.
Yeah, Avatar and Fern Gully are the same movie, except Fern Gully is awesome and has Batty in it. And when I was a kid, I was just like, that dude is dope.
Batty's the best.
Yeah. Super, super dope. And what was it? The other movie I was thinking of was Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one with the girl in it.
Yes, it does have a woman in it, but she is blue. Anyway, next up. This has 3 covers, so we'll just do 2, and then I'll do the other one.
Space bastards. In space, postal workers are fighting each other. The tone of this is sort of like Space Bounty Hunter, so a bit of Lobo, a bit of The Boys. The Boys stuff is definitely coming from the Derek Robertson drawings as a co-creator of The Boys and Transmetropolitan. It definitely has that sort of gonzo feel to it, but in space and with people who are not good humans, and in some cases not humans.
Yeah, and so this is a super cool, I think, black light.
Yeah, 1 for 10 black light.
Yeah, so that's why it's in a bag and it's very shiny. Yes, they have gone postal. In fact, indeed. Good Lord. All right. Oh, yeah, we want to mention... no. Yeah. So we've got a couple one-shots, and then we'll mention the issue 2s.
We're definitely not digging at AWA. They're putting out some good stuffs.
Oh, yeah, no. I don't even know what I said. Sorry.
Oh, and yeah.
If that could have been taken as an insult.
I know a lot of times when we're talking about stuff and then we sort of compare things kind of jokingly, it seems like we're being dismissive. Not being dismissive. It's just more of like our comfort area of just like, I don't know. I like this is a fun way to talk about it.
Yeah, and I'm really bad at elevator pitches, so I'll just say something and it'll maybe make sense, but usually not.
Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha.
Do you like clown horror?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This book was creepy as heck. This is the artist that does the interiors, Vanessa Del Rey. She is one of many artists that they'll have on this book. It is going to be a rotating artist team. The writer is, I always forget his first names, W. Maxwell Prince. What writes The Ice Cream Man? This one is focusing less on weird existential ice cream horror and is going straight to clowns. This ends up being a bit like a magical realism story more than a horror story, but with clowns. And somebody was making jokes about clowns before, and I was like, just in my head, I was like, just you wait. There's a book specifically about clowns coming.
No, thank you.
Fun fact.
For me, I don't like clowns.
Fun fact. All of our copies of Haha came in a box that was about this big. And we just kept pulling them out. Just pulling them out. It was a super weird way to send a book, but I mean, it's about clowns, so it tracks. Kate, we will get you down for that super colorful one.
Anyway, next up.
It's actually my favorite bit on Pushing Daisies when they go to that murder at the circus.
Oh yeah, all the clowns.
And they're at the crime scene, and just behind them, just body after body after body after body keeps.
Because a clown car ran into a lake.
Pulled out of the tiny car.
It's very dark. They
so
all drowned, but it was very, very funny. Pushing Daisies was amazing for dark death humor. All right. I actually did not get a chance to read the Chris Claremont anniversary special. I apologize. Brandon, I believe you did?
Absolutely. It is a trip through the Marvel Universe through the eyes of Chris Claremont. So you'll when you touch on things, you'll probably be like, oh yeah, I do expect him to kind of go there. You get a little bit of Fantastic Four, which he did get, obviously some Danny Moonstar mutant stuff. Hey, who's that? That's Demon Bear. There's also some Bill Sienkiewicz art up in this sumbitch. And it's it's pretty good. Andrew, a little bit.
Oh no. Oh, I don't know. Oh boy. All right. Now the issue 2s, and then just one more we want to chat about for a minute. Okay, so we have issue 2 of AWA's Erratic.
Oh my god, I love the first issue of this. I'm super excited to read this.
Awesome.
For those of you who don't remember, there's a superhero who can only use his powers for, I want to say, like 5 minutes?
10
minutes every 24 hours. So he's got to kind of wait until things are like real bad and judge it right, because he doesn't want to run out of power right when it ends. But definitely with the Spider-Man feel. Holy heck. Very good.
Awesome sauce.
Eric says, dude, you nailed Bill's name. I dig it. Mostly because he has it put on his Twitter account phonetically.
Yes, and we've had to say it many times over the years.
Yeah.
Get a lot of practice. All right, issue 2 of Sword. So
it is pronounced Sword.
It is pronounced Sword.
Mm-hmm.
So he totally threw me off. We are creeping into the King in Black event, so they are also affected by it, because even though they're in space, they are obviously still trying to help out.
Especially since they're in space, because that's where they come from, all of the invaders.
Yes, and currently now the Earth is wrapped in like the venom string jelly. I don't know what it's supposed to.
Yeah. No, well, if I remember the Venom movie properly, I believe they said they are made of string jelly. This tube of alien string jelly pilots people.
That would have been a very different movie, and that's why I didn't write Venom. Aren't y'all glad?
Venom, he looks good in denim. Venom, Canadian tuxedo.
Oh my god. Okay. Next up is, one of my favorites recently, Homesick Pilots. So yes, Waters. We've got that name. We've heard that name before. So issue 1 was about so it's like the early 90s, and these teens go into a haunted house, and the haunted house is, let's just say, hungry.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
For people?
Oh, yeah.
Margaret, absolutely anything about Venom is.
Kinky.
that sweet movie about space goo boyfriends.
Yes.
Holy heck. I just want those two to be happy, biting the heads off cops, because they really should have eaten that cop.
Oh yeah, that movie reads so differently when you rewatch it in 2020, and he's like, "Don't bite heads off cops," and you're like, I mean,
could you though? Could you though? That would be good.
All right, you wanted to chat about that, or
no.
are we gonna? No, okay, cool.
That one's for me.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I had it in the pile, and you were like constantly, "Yes, leave it in the pile. Yes, leave it in the pile." So I just went along with you. All right, what's up? So we've got graphics.
Heck yeah, I'm so excited for the first collection of That Texas Blood to come out. It is astoundingly good. This was a book that I approached thinking like nepotism.
Right.
Partly because Jacob Phillips is doing all the art. Jacob Phillips, Sean Phillips is wee baron, and by wee baron I mean grown-ass adult son, who's been doing the coloring for all the criminal stories and Reckless and whatnot since All My Heroes Are Junkies.
Yes.
I think that's what the book is called. There's a lot of words.
Yes. You're right.
Turns out this dude is mega talented to the point where Ed Brubaker in interviews was just like, the kid's too good, and I want him to be worse so that we don't lose him. I love this because it is sort of the feel you get from a Brubaker Phillips book. You see a bit of Phillips influence, but you also see some Darwin Cook influence, which is really neat. And it's got more of a fatale feel to it. It's kind of small town Texas, but with like little bits of creeping horror elements in it. Very much sort of like more of a noir style. One of my favorite reads of the year so far. And the art is just absolutely astounding. So highly recommend That Texas Blood, the first volume, 6 issues, for a scant 10 American, whatever that means in Canadian conversion, whatever week.
Yeah. I just have to comment on Neil's comment. Because yes. So the last time I got, for his shipment, I got a full diamond box and a small package taped to the top with more floppies. Now, I could not fit everything into the diamond box. So I made it work. And I have to say, I'm really proud of that packing job. It came unharmed, I bet you.
It was the only box we had left.
Yes. So I am damn proud of that. And if you want something mailed from us and I wrap it, it's going to be good.
Good.
And probably already also him too, but mine
are better.
Mine are better.
Quite honestly.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, we've got Oni Press's Lemonade Code. Now, this one's cool. I haven't got a chance to read it yet, but it literally sounds like two like teen or preteen geniuses who like have to fund his. I think one of them is literally funding their like take over the world plan with a lemonade stand.
I love this.
And so it's like a lemonade battle. It's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm jazzed for this, and it looks really pretty too.
I'm super excited that the collection of X-Ray Robot is out. It's a Mike Allred story. You're kind of getting your Jinkies 60 stylings, and this time X-Ray Robot. I'm going to just do the quick read from the back. Max is a family man seeking a more interesting life, and while conducting a new experiment at work, the fabric of his reality is torn before his eyes, and a robotic figure appears, claiming to be his 277-year-old self. The robot is able to X-ray multiple dimensions and battles a nihilistic entity from another dimension who wants to take all life to its pre-Big Bang status. It's one man's fight against nihilism, but in like 60s pop art magnificence. Good times.
Awesome. So we wanted to add a little touch, a little personal touch for our show. And
it's going to be a little taste of what we're going to talk about, a show that we'll be doing on a weekly basis. But for now,
All right. I wanted to highlight something that is not brand new, but it's probably new for someone, which is, pretty cool. It doesn't have to be out this week to be new to you, right?
Yeah.
And we recently got this in a reorder, and I was like, I remember reading that. It was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
So this is from Boom Studios. It's called Help Us Great Warrior. And as you can see, it's about a wee little green circle with a sword. And that's the Great Warrior. Very, very cute. All right, I'm going to give you a little read through. Saving one's village, best friends, and the universe might be too much for your average warrior, but Great Warrior is anything but average. Join Great Warrior, a smart, hilarious, and intensely capable little warrior who doesn't let anyone's expectations get in her way. Possessing great strength and even greater self-confidence, she's ready to kick some butts and save everyone, especially if you've got pizza.
She's basically a mix between that Lazy Egg character and Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, like super capable, but also when they're like, hey, you need to help us, she's like, but I'm tired. You guys are jerks.
Oh, I love her. She's fun. So anyway, and actually, it's kind of funny. It's got a pull quote from The Beat, Comics Beat, which Brandon writes on. Now, it's not his pull quote, but it's pretty cool.
Andrew says we need to go back to our old camera. I don't think it's the old camera. I think it's actually our internet.
Like if I hold it closer, is that better? I don't know.
No, it's probably more pixely. It really sucks because it comes in crystal clear on our end.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
it's definitely the translation from the internet, which sucks. And to be fair, since we've moved over here, we're further away from the internet, so we might try something next week.
We're like 5 feet further from me. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's quite a bit when you're talking about doing some streaming, right?
All right. Well, we'll make it work. Okay, that was well timed.
I flipped it. I flipped the switch. Whoops. Oh well.
So what's next?
That's a good thing. I pressed a button. Well, actually, I was moving around on the pad of the computer, and if you do the 2 fingers accidentally and slide it, it'll go to your last screen. That's bad.
This is way better. Live on the internet.
That's funny. We're way less pixelated now. You know what I did? Nothing.
You fixed it.
I turned it off and on.
You fixed it.
Folks, if there's ever pixely in other times, let us know and maybe we can try doing a little bit of that. Live streams go down, so. All right. What are we at? All right, we're talking about. First, we're going to talk about Eniac.
Yep.
And now you're disintegrating again. Oh, that sucks.
All right, I don't have a reason for this box to be here.
Let's see if I can't try to make it better by going lower and sending less information through the internet. Ooh, girl, he's stalling for time. All right. Eniac. Let's pull this up wherever I got them puts.
Brand, yeah.
Talking through this terrible bit of interesting stuff. All right, hi. So for those of you who don't know, Bad Idea is a company that announced a line of comics to start last year, and then pandemic hit real hard. And that sucked. They are finally launching first week of March, and we are going to be setting our final orders for what is essentially the first arc on a week from Wednesday, I want to say.
Mhm.
I think.
Oh, you don't have it written down?
No, I don't.
Oh, no.
And so what was cool about what Bad Idea has done here is they also had a link to the first 3 issues of Eniac to read. And so we read them. And I'm here to say that the story is dope. So for, right, I can pop this up too. Clickers.
Yep. All right.
So.
Shift.
Nope, doing it wrong again. That way. Eniac is...
They can see it. It's in literal center.
Yeah. Eniac is about a big old supercomputer that was used to kind of predict events in the war and help preempt things from happening.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, the decision was made to feed it a lot of information to get it to the point where it could help win the war. That ended up being bad. Just a heads up on that. Because it decided to take upon itself to drop the second bomb. And that was the beginning of the troubles. As it goes through this series, you find out how much Eniac has affected world events and how it hasn't necessarily been us against the commies.
Mm-hmm.
That was just a less scary cover story for what's really been happening in the world.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I really liked how they went with the mode of take an idea of a pretty scary time, and what if it's compounded by the fact that something worse was happening. Mm-hmm. If you like conspiracy stuff, highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
If you like weird sci-fi stuff, highly recommend it. You're going to see a cat here any second now. And
come on, Max.
Now he's not interested because he has been mentioned. And I super think a lot of you are going to like it. I will say it is definitely more on the action-oriented end and like dark action. So if that's not your deal, then I might caution against it. But it's a really, really well made comic. Neela says, is that a series of graphic novel? We will tell you that right now. So what Bad Idea is doing is they're sending they're going outside of Diamond. They're only sending it to 200 locations and I believe 153 different chains, basically. So 153 chains, 200 locations to grab the books. We are one of them, and in the city, Wonder Harbor is one of them. So you got your pick of flavors to nab stuff at. I will tell you what we're doing with ours in terms of getting the books. Bad Idea has certain rules. One of those rules is the fact that what we order for a first issue of an arc or a series, that's our minimum order for the rest of the issues. So say we're ordering 50 or 100. We can't order less than 100 of issue 2. We can't order less than 100 of issue 3. We can't issue or get less than 100 of issue 4. Okay. So how we're doing it is, if you're getting issue 1, you get the arc. There's no takesies backsies on this one. For folks who are new to us, we're basically asking for either prepay information that's valid for the run of the book, or paying upfront for all of it. And that's because it doesn't work out for us if we sell 100 copies of issue 1 and then like 20 of issue 2, 3, and 4. That would lose us a huge chunk of money. And y'all love us, right? Y'all love us real deep.
Yeah. And if you want to do it right now, you can actually purchase the whole arc of Eniac on our website.
Yeah. Neil, I'm getting you on that. So yeah, this is a bit of a final call for folks who are looking for Eniac stuffs, and we will keep you updated on future bad idea stuff. I know they've announced 3 other things, and we can make that happen. Neil, how many issues are in the arc? 4. They don't have the 4th one up for retailers to read. 1, because they want to keep the conclusion a secret, and 2, retailers cannot be trusted with important information.
No. The One True Andrew asks, can you start me a poll for Eniac? The answer is a resounding yes. We would love to.
Alrighty. For Neil and Andrew.
And Kate says, will they be putting out trade paperbacks of these afterwards?
No.
That was very fast.
Yeah, so they're not doing digital, and they're not doing collected editions. When this was first announced, that was one of the things that we had questions about.
Yes.
We talked with Adam Freeman, their marketing guru, and and he kind of noted it's a situation like kind of what we do with our store. We're not the biggest store. They're not the biggest company. They're I think about 6 people running things, and the way it was explained to us is just like, well, to start out with, for sure, like we're just doing these, we're shipping them out ourselves. Everybody who works for us, including the people who own the company, are also in the room sending out books to folks, all part of the process. But when you start doing a trade paperback, what you need to make sort of that system work is proper book distribution and a rep for yourselves to work out those contracts, to work out the schedule to get all these things going. And so once you have a schedule going, you have to hit certain production levels, and they both wanted a sense of freedom in the production so that the books can be ready when they're ready, and they didn't want to hire a bunch more people. Same with digital. When you're doing digital, you've got to convert the files, you got to negotiate those contracts, you got to do all this stuff. So when they're saying we're only doing single issues, you have to get it here, they're framing it as it's the only way to get these, and building up stuff when a small part of it truly is. To do extra things, you need extra people, and they're starting.
Excuse me.
They said they haven't said they'll never do collected editions. It's not something they plan on doing that anytime soon. And when they do collections, it'll be when they have a lot of content so that they can build out a schedule without getting behind, without, and they'll have the monetary needs to be able to have more distribution with a book distributor and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, basically they've got their head on their shoulders, and they're not taking risks. Like there's obviously risk you take in starting any business, but they're keeping it safe. Seeing how, hi Max is back. This is Max.
This is a bad idea.
Oh, that's also a cat butt.
That's a cat.
The
That's
cat butt is a bad idea. Hi. We're so sorry if Adam Freeman is watching this, because he's like, that's not my company. Why would you do that? But yeah, no, like,
your company is Cat Buttholes. It's not.
I respect what they're doing, because there's a lot of things we could have done in the last 5 years. There's a lot of things that people have suggested to us, and we have not done them because they're either going to take money, which we didn't have for the first few years, because every cent went back into the store. Time, which we still kind of don't have because it's just the two of us, and energy, which also goes back to just the two of us.
Yeah.
And ironically, the first year we could really afford to have someone part-time long-term was last year.
Yeah, that's right now.
During a pandemic. So we don't want to put that on someone. Hi. Okay, kisses. Thank you. I love you. And these guys work for free. So, you know, we just
Yeah,
keep
and their
them
work is terrible.
I know, you get what you pay for, right? But so
They
as
haven't added anything to anyone's file ever.
Aww. I'm sure they've stepped on your keyboard
They
once or
have.
twice.
They absolutely have.
They might have added something.
A little bit of a zhuzh.
Anyway, as fellow business owners, we understand. So when we had questions, and Adam was very forward with what they were doing and why they were doing it and how they only had 6 people, we understood because we are only 2 people.
Yeah. And so I like a company that knows how to market their weaknesses.
Hi.
Straight up.
Yeah, you have to turn your weaknesses into strengths. And that is my hair. So we're just, Max is a little beastie.
He's having a fun time.
Yeah, he really is. But yeah, a huge part of owning a business is turning your weaknesses into strengths. And for us, it was, we're small. And that might be bad for a lot of people, but that's really good for us. We stayed small.
Yeah.
We're streamlining things and we're more powerful for it.
Absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with having a focus and knowing what you're good at and being the best that there is at that thing. It is part of the reason why we're dropping back issues. Yeah. We're not great at back issues. Nor do people come to us because they think we're the best at back issues.
And if you do, I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, we have so many more places to direct you.
We can recommend replacement back issue places, but also please still come to us for new things.
Yeah. All right, that brings us to the end little announcements. Hey, we kind of come in at an hour each time. This is pretty good.
We're doing well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the one trender says, I feel like Max is staring me down.
He probably was.
Yeah, he probably was.
Don't
worry.
He likes staring.
He's so much of a beta. We call him Beta Max sometimes.
He's a good boy.
That's one of his nicknames.
Hey, I hope the stream is doing okay. We will keep experimenting with this. Part of what I'm about to go through, our upcoming streaming schedule, is the idea is to work out all of these kinks so that when we land in our new space, everything is going to run smoothly. So we appreciate you telling us when things are looking garbage, because it helps us go like, okay, so we need to troubleshoot this. We need to fix this here. We need to fix this here. And kind of once we have all of those things flowing a lot better, and hey, maybe it's even a matter of figuring out how to drop the resolution on the camera we're using so that it's not sending as much information out there. I tried dropping it just from the screen here because that's all I can do at the moment. But it's all going to be about troubleshooting in the near future and trying to do some content. So with that in mind, here's the things that you can expect from us going forward. You're going to have this show here today. We're calling it Your Local Comic Show. It's a take on your local comic shop. Because we want to bring the comic shop experience to you. And not just because COVID's happening, but because a lot of people aren't near comic stores. And that's an experience that that a lot of people want to have, or a lot of people miss because of, time constraints and whatnot. So
yeah, we've always wanted to branch out into, the small towns of Alberta that are 3-4 hours away from a comic store. And that was always a goal. And now we can do this through video and hopefully expand our mail order program as well.
Absolutely. So the idea for Your Local Comic Show, every single Tuesday at 8:10, you'll still see us here. That's going to be part of the comic store where the new releases are coming out, and we're going to talk to each other about them. We're going to basically do what we're normally doing, and give that into the experience where we're recommending new books and we're talking about what we're excited for.
Yeah.
Thursdays. Now this isn't going to start until February. The Thursday shows are going to happen twice a month. Partly for our own sanity. If they go extremely well and we're feeling like we're kind of nailing it, it might go up to weekly. I doubt it.
I think it's smart at this point just to still keep a little bit of white space for ourselves, just negative space.
The Thursday streaming show is going to be more about the pop culture experience of talking back and forth about things we're excited about, things we're loving, and hot topics that are going around both inside the comics industry and outside. So there's going to be that. Let's see if we can address some stuff.
Okay. Yeah, no, just a lot of people talking about the tech. The graphics come up clear. We do not.
Yeah. So
it's definitely the video.
I think Neil is right. We do need to hardwire or get like a better internets. And then Andrew, when we've done some playback, it's because for whatever reason it's the stream of the video, but everything else since we've uploaded it to this browser is fine because it's not going from here to there. Yeah. It's pulling it from somewhere. So.
And this one from Sean.
And do you have previews on the website for the 4 of the Bad Ideas books? We just have on our managed comic site the covers for the 4 of them and the solicitations. We will be putting up a Bad Idea landing page, and so that people can more easily order them and ask for them and set up some stuff. It does seem to definitely be our internet. So
thank you for telling us, because like this is going to be a constant learning process. It's never going to be perfect. We are not perfect, but we want it to be the best it can be.
And that's the trick. Like what we're seeing on our end, we are crystal clear too. So I don't understand why here they're just like, "You're doing great, kid," and out towards you guys they're just like, "They're not doing great."
Oh no!
Wait, what are you trying to do? I'm watching you, StreamYard.
All right, let's. What other new content are we adding?
All right, so starting this Friday, and you got a little taste of it this past Friday. If you caught our top 20, if you go to Facebook or YouTube, you'll see our top 20 video that has our top 20 selling graphic novels from last year, and 2 of our personal favorites from the year. Where we talk about that. We're going to do something like that on a weekly basis, every Friday at 8 a.m. This is pre-recorded because, like hell, we are up and functional at 8 a.m. in the morning. Good Lord, it's not happening. But those will go up Friday at 8 o'clock. What you will see is Dak and I will both pick one of our absolute favorites from the week. It could be a graphic novel. It could be a single-issue comic. And we will also be picking 1 or 2 each books that you might have missed, that we love, that we think you will love. And that's...
Like Help Us, Great Warrior.
Exactly. That's kind of what we did a little bit there. To sort of show a bit of a proof of concept of like, here's some cool things that have been out that we think you might enjoy. And sometimes we might pair them. We'll be like, okay, so the best this week from mine, which we'll get to at the end, but
is it because it reminds me of this other one?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there'll be a little cross-pollination flavoring. That's going to be weekly, and that's going to be fun. And then Yeggs and Bacon will return. It's going to be on Mondays at 8 in the morning, also pre-recorded, because again, like hell, we are going to be up and functional at 8 in the morning.
Yes. The rest of you can be, because then you can watch the show. But we are not.
Yeah. Those will exist on Facebook and YouTube only until we have enough followers on Twitch. If you get enough followers on Twitch, and it's not a lot of followers, I don't think, you get to set scheduled pre-recorded stuff. We're definitely looking forward to a bit of that expansion and to looking more into the Twitch platform, because it has actually been treating us fairly well.
Yes, except for the racist comments.
Yeah, and I think they're weird bots.
Yeah.
Honestly, and then we set up some more auto moderation for that, and that may or may not have taken care of things. We haven't had a problem since. But Yeggs and Bacon is going to be a half-hour pre-recorded pop culture morning show. It'll kind of go over some of the stuff that you will see in our the way that we're doing a store newsletter. But it will just be sort of us talking about that. And lots happening. But as we've discovered, doing this and talking with you folks has really been a good mental break for us. And you folks seem to enjoy it too. We don't obviously expect everybody to catch everything, because that's bonkers. It's literally our job to do it.
Yeah.
So don't worry. And look at.
Oh my God, Max. He's just a suck today.
Suck.
Yeah, you're a superstar, aren't you?
So definitely check those out. Obviously, you can watch all of these after the fact as well.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 pre-recorded ones are going to be half hours. The Thursdays, twice a month, are going to be anywhere from half hour to an hour. These ones are going to be an hour. It seems to be what we come in on and ride out on. But yeah, I think that is all I've got. Romper Room is for the children. Much like the Wu-Tang, Romper Room.
It's for the children.
It's for the children.
All right. It's okay, buddy. It's all right, Max. He's coming back. Don't worry. So I'm going to vamp. As you can see here, Max has his paw on my arm. It's very cute. He kind of claims me.
And I wrote down the names this time, so haha.
Oh, you wrote them down. Sneaky.
Because last time we had so many comments, we lost the top ones. So I had to and I remember. Such a problem to have. There was too many people commenting and having a conversation about the thing. Hey, everybody. I'm looking out there today.
No.
Out on the internet. Ooh.
No.
Looks a little pixely.
Oh,
Let's see if I can clear that up. God, nope. It's not working.
Turn off the internet, then turn it back on.
It seemed to work last time. Okay, let's see what happens when I do this. Oh.
Okay.
Probably nothing. Let's find out.
No, that's great.
All right.
Who do you see?
Definitely looking out into the audience and not down at this tablet.
No.
Wow, wow, wow. Haha.
Dude.
I see Eric. I see the one true Andrew.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Oh, I see Brandy. Hey, Brandy.
Sorry.
I see Sean. I see Kate. I see the second false Andrew. You trickster. You scallywag. And I see Margaret. And I see Neil. Hey, folks. Thank you all for watching. If I missed a name, I'm so sorry. If ever we miss a name, we're definitely going to see you next time because we'll write it down right away. That's going to be our show for this week. We're going to see you on the internet on Friday at 8 in the morning for our best of the week. You'll find out which of these morsels, these tasty morsels, are going to end up tasting so sweet. The sweetest of the sweet. Being a weirdo.
Oh, you are a weirdo.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is Danica signing off.
This is Brandon, also doing the thing.